Good morning and greetings from Sydney, Australia to all of you at St Mary's Barnes. Reverend James very kindly offered the opportunity for me to make this short video of greeting to you, and which will hopefully be shown on your new big screen in the church. I was delighted to have the opportunity because I've been thinking about you a lot over the Christmas period. We've been in Australia now for 4 months, and in many ways the time has flown and we are getting very much used to our lives here. But you aren't going to believe this, our sea freight is indeed still at sea, and in many ways that sums up how far away we are. Christmas in the sun has been a very interesting and different experience. You very quickly get used to the fact that as you leave a church service, you aren't handed a mince pie and mulled wine. You're far more likely to be given a barbecued sausage. And it's been lovely singing carols on the beach and enjoying outdoor nativities, although I am sure none of them were as good as what you children produced at St Mary's. Christmas has been a time of great joy, but like you in the UK, even though it feels like we've celebrated it in paradise, there have been difficult times. We are well aware here of the war raging in the Ukraine. We are well aware of the atrocities happening in Gaza and Israel. And there are problems here too. The cost of living crisis that rages in Britain is a problem here. Recently, the people were given a referendum in relation to giving the voice to Aboriginal and Indigenous people. And to the shock of many, the result was a no. And the environmental crisis deepens here on a daily basis. The country is experiencing flash floods, wildfires, extreme temperatures and problems beyond all measure, and yet the government still did very little recently at COP27. But despite all of this, Christmas and the New Year is a time for hope, and perhaps this was best summed up for me at the iconic Sydney fireworks at the harbour on New Year's Eve. Now, this is attended by literally over 1 million people. Every single viewpoint in Sydney is crowded out, and people gather hours before the event. There's a family-friendly set of fireworks at 9 p.m. before the main event. And I was enjoying watching these when I became aware of a little boy nearby. He was about 7, he was leaping round, he was loving it. And his dad bent down and he said to him, "Are you enjoying the fireworks?" And the little boy said, "I can't see anything, but I'm sure they're recording them." He had a complete and utter blind faith that although he couldn't see them, they were wonderful. And he was right. And his father picked him up and put him on his shoulders, and the tree that had been obstructing his view wasn't a problem anymore, and he enjoyed the rest of the display. But his words very much stuck with me as I entered the new year. Because sometimes, despite all the amazing beauty and wonderful things around me, I can focus very much on the negative, on the difficulties, on the problems. And sometimes it is very, very hard to see how God is working in this world. But the truth is, we don't need to see it all the time to know that that wonder is there. And we are so lucky to have our faith, because God has the problem, even when we feel we don't. And it is with that in mind that I send my message to you at St Mary's for this new year, for 2024. I send you a wish of God's glory in your lives, of peace, of good health and of happiness. And I really hope to see some of you, if not all of you, very, very soon. And please, if you're in the area, come and see me. God bless you all.